Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragonwing Diamonds. I am here today with a WIP in chat. WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat, I'm just going to talk to you about my week. As you can probably tell here, I am working on Sailor Mars from Cherriuki and from the lovely Jaded Gem Shop, and here's the full image. We're on the last row. I'm very excited about this. I'm also kind of sad though because I've enjoyed working on it. But it's okay because we're moving into the spoopy season, so which means you can start getting stuff ready to go for dressages. So what I'm using today, I have my cat-proof diamond painting tray that's been stolen by my daughter at least 3 times today. I'm using a cover minder that I actually made myself. These were pins that I got in a set for my daughter's birthday party, like for the favors and stuff like that. And so I just cut the back off, there's some felt, cut the pin off, there's some felt on, threw a magnet on, and bam. If you're interested in these though, they're prizes for Sailor Summer, so you might want to, if you're, still time to take part. I mean, it's not no start, no finish, all that fun stuff. I'm also using this washi tape from Simply Gilded, and then my pen, I am using my Enablers Outpost pen. Oh yeah. And then for my putty, I am using Randa's Crafty Corner Kiwi Strawberry and Oh Snap Dots Cinnamon Coffee Cake. As you can tell, I really like the cinnamon coffee cake. Okay, so let's see. What am I gonna go with? I'm gonna go with this. Now I'm working upside down, so I have to get used to that. So how's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a great week. Mine's been, for the most part, pretty relaxing, honestly. It was our first week of, basically after having the boys almost for 2 weeks straight, it was our first week where we kind of just got to chill and relax and do our own thing and everything like that. Because, Sydney goes to bed at, lately it's been 6, but usually 6 or 6:30. And then we have, the whole evening. Whereas with the boys, they go to bed at 8:30. So we have a little bit less time when they're here. But yeah, so at this point, we're actually gearing up for back to school. I know most everybody else's kids are already back in school, but not ours. So next week I start school. So my college courses start next week. I have 2 of them I'm taking, one of which I'm very excited about and one that I thought was very practical to take. And then the boys go back to school the following week. So this week that we have them is our last week of summer break with them. And it's not been going so good so far, but we'll get to that. So now I gotta think about what happened. Yeah, like I said, we really didn't do too much. We kind of just relaxed, and basically I've been playing a lot of Genshin Impact and just relaxing, and basically, yeah, we've both been playing Genshin because our new content dropped. So with Genshin Impact, it's a game similar to Breath of the Wild and stuff like that, but it's a free-to-play game unless you choose to spend money on it, but only sometimes that happens. So so basically every year they drop a new region, and then throughout the year they add on new areas to the region. So you always have there's constantly more stuff coming out and stuff like that. So yeah, so a couple weeks ago the new content dropped, and so, well, not a couple weeks ago, but I can't remember what day. But yeah, the new content dropped, and we were very excited about it because it's a new region. So now we're in the region of Fontaine, which is the region of the Hydro Archon, or the water god. And at first I was unsure how I was gonna feel about the storyline and stuff like that, because it's each region has their own their something that they focus on and worship. So Mondstadt is the city of freedom, Liwa is the city of contracts, Inazuma is the city of eternity, and Sumeru is the city of knowledge. But Fontaine was the city of justice, and I'm oh god, this is gonna be so dull. And they flat out said oh yeah, when you first get there, it's gonna be right in a court case and all this stuff, and it's oh, this is gonna be boring. boy, was I wrong. It was not boring. And I kind of had to laugh because it's like we enter this new region and there's like been a serial disappearance case, which actually turned out to be a serial murder case. And like 20 years that they've been trying to solve this, and our main characters walk into the city and like 3 days later they figured it out. So that was highly entertaining. So yeah, that's basically what most of my week has been doing. I've just been playing that and just getting ready, because my fall I think is going to be hectic. Like, yeah, I only have 2 classes, but a couple of the books I have to read for one of my classes are like huge books, like 300 plus page books, and they're all novels too. So it's like, okay, it's gonna be a semester. So my plan right now is I think yesterday was the day that the syllabus got posted for both of my classes. So I'm just gonna go in. I basically like print out little calendars and stuff like that, and I'm just gonna go in and just like figure out how much I need to be reading every day to keep up with stuff. Because I am going to be reading for class, and then I'm also taking part in a book club for Sophie, the Diamond Help Desk. We're currently reading Fourth Wing. We just started, actually. So I want to make sure I can keep up with all that as well. So I got my work cut out for me, but it's okay. I'll be able to do it. Just means I have to take a step back from diamond painting and spend more time reading, which I probably should be doing anyways. I'm not going to lie. Although I will say these last couple weeks I haven't diamond painted that much. Like, I could easily have this done right now, but instead of my evenings after the kids are all in bed, like me diamond painting all night, I've just been in game. So, yeah. So I really don't know much about, I think Wednesday was the day of the content drop, honestly. I think that's right, yeah. So Wednesday was the day that the new region dropped, and we had our computers all updated and ready to go, and we were ready to walk in, and we were so excited. Actually, it was Tuesday night, and then Wednesday was, like, we had the day with it. And then Thursday, Sydney said her first official word. Like, obviously she says mama and dada and stuff like that, but, you know, those are kind of just, like, sounds and stuff like that for babies. But no, she said her legit first word. And it was tickle, of all words. So, yeah, I guess we tickle her a lot. But it's just so cute because she's a tickle. I've been trying to get it on camera so I can send it to my mom, and she's just not been cooperating the last couple days to do so. But yeah, so our little girl is expanding her vocabulary now, which is exciting. And of course, like, today she was just like walking around going tickle, 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 tickle. I'm like, oh my goodness, child. Straightening up my lines. So yeah, she's got a new word in her vocabulary, which is fun. And then it was funny because, like, afterwards we're like, okay, well, she's saying this, so obviously we're learning more stuff. And so, like, I'm sitting there with her and I'm like, can you say mommy? And she goes, da. And I'm like, no. And so I started with mama just to get her, like, saying it, and then she like started saying it. And then I say mommy, and then she just shrieked at me. I'm like, oh, okay. Is that my name now? Just shriek. So yeah, it was pretty funny. I'm like, yep, that's my daughter. That's my child. Gotta love her. And then which day was it? I had another chiropractor appointment last week. I think it was on Wednesday last week. I got cracked again, but yeah, like, the first time around I felt like it fixed everything, but the second time, like, she managed to get another thing to crack, but it hasn't been helping. I've been in a little bit of pain this week because of it, but I go back again this coming week, so it's not a big deal. I go back again on Wednesday, I think. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't remember. I go back again this week, though. So, yeah. Actually, I probably should double check that if it's tomorrow or Thursday, because boys have stuff going on. So, yeah. But yeah, and then she was, like, asking again, like, okay, so drinking enough water, like, exercise, all that, and, like, my answers were the same as the week before, and it's like, man, I'm feeling a little embarrassed by this. Like, So, last week we finally decided to, well, I mean, we've been talking about it for a couple weeks, but we decided to, like, try to make things a little bit healthier in our lives. It can be hard sometimes because we do have Drake, who is the pickiest child in the world. And, you know, he only likes a select few foods. And at least now he's, like, branching out and trying new things. So we actually found some vegetables that he actually likes, so that's a good sign. But we're like, okay, so instead of, like, having french fries with meals, we should, like, try to think of, like, veggies and stuff that we can have and everything like that. And instead of, like, fried chicken, like we do, because, like, of course we got the air fryer, so we do a lot of stuff in that. But we're like, okay, so now let's just do, like, grilled chicken instead, and, you know, just figuring things out so that way we can eat just a little bit healthier, so I can feel a little bit more comfortable in my skin. Because I do not like the weight I am holding right now. Also means I have to eliminate my midnight ice creams. But yeah. So yeah, we're making the effort to be healthier, and, like, we're getting the boys involved in that too, because it's like, you know, honestly, you guys are probably going to be feeling better if you're eating healthier too. And then, of course, we found out that Drake likes salads too. I was like, wow, okay, that's new. So yeah, we're working on that, making sure to drink water every night, although last night I didn't, and that was bad. And I will definitely be drinking some tonight. I will be good with that. I am limiting, not eliminating, I am limiting the amount of soda I drink in a day too. Just because, like, I like the taste of it, so I want to drink that more, but it's like, okay, that sugar is definitely one of the things that's going to cause you to continue to stay heavy, so, well, not that I'm saying I'm heavy, but slightly overweight. So yeah, I'm trying to limit myself to how much soda I drink in a day, because I don't want to just get rid of it completely, because when I do, then I miss it, and then I go back and all full force, and honestly, life's too short to eliminate things that you enjoy out of it. So, moderation, that's the secret. So yeah, we're both actually making a better effort to limit the amount of soda we drink and start drinking more water, and just all around trying to better ourselves. And I don't really do much exercising now, but once I have that walk into my college building again, I'll be walking again. So yeah, making changes and stuff. And so what else happened Thursday? I did go out live for a little bit on Thursday, but I was kind of struggling with it, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't want to go live to begin with, because, like, there was the new content in my game. I just wanted to play that. And then another thing is just, like, I wasn't feeling so, like, upbeat and stuff, you know? Like, you have to have a certain energy to be able to do stuff like that, and I just did not have it. So, I ended up ending a little early, just because, like, I'm like, oh, I'm forcing myself to do this, and I'm miserable, so I'm just gonna stop doing that to myself. And then, of course, it was funny, because, like, after I ended my live, I had, like, multiple people being like, oh my god, where'd you go? I'm like, I'm sorry, I just wasn't feeling it tonight. And so, yeah, I was able to just rest and relax and get myself geared up for Saturday, so that way I was able to do a decent live on Saturday. I think I went a little bit later than normal on Saturday, too, but I had fun. Yeah, and then it's funny, because, like, we originally had planned to, like, a date night for last week. Well, we planned to do a date night one of the nights, but it was, like, by the time we got to that point, by the time we got to the end of the week, we forgot to ask somebody to come watch Sydney for us. And then I was just like, okay, well, what do we want? Like, what do we want to eat anyways? So, 1 second. Okay, sorry about that little pause when the boys got out of bed. Yeah, I've been struggling with that this week. So where was I? I think I was talking about I was talking about the live stream on Thursday. Yeah, just really wasn't feeling it. So I ended it early and just played my game instead. Friday, I don't feel like I did a lot on Friday, but my fiance did a lot. So we've been having, like, issues with my financial aid, which now I realize we're supposed to call them again today. I was having issues with my financial aid because they had me listed as a full-time student for this semester, or for this year in general, and I only need 2 classes left to graduate, so I'm just doing a part-time semester, just doing 2 classes, and then I'm not going to be attending in the spring, because that's going to be my semester off before I mean, as of right now, I plan to go back for my master's. I don't know. Things could easily change over the next semester, but or the next year period. But as of right now, I'm just I'm finishing out the semester and then I'm done for I'm taking a break. So my financial aid was still listing me as full time, and I'm like, well, that's not good because it's listing me as full time and saying I'm going to be there for 2 semesters, and I don't want to get I don't want the state to be like, oh my god, you didn't do this, so you're going to pay us all that money back. No, let's not do that. So we contacted the financial aid office, this was weeks ago. We initially contacted them the weekend before my birthday. So first week in August we contacted them being can we fix this? And they're like, oh yeah, fill out this form and stuff like that and get it back to us. So I did. I literally, on my birthday, I emailed the form back to them because I had to wait till that Monday to get a confirmation of how I was supposed to get it back. Because I was like, do you want me to, can I just email this back to you? Or do I have to, walk it in person or whatnot? And they're like, oh no, you can just email it. And so I did. And now here we are, almost end of August, and my status had not been changed or anything like that. I got the confirmation on that day that they received the paperwork. So I was like, what the heck? So we contact them, and they're like, oh yeah, we have it here, we'll get it in the system, blah blah. And I was like, okay, cool. And so they did. They got it in the system and everything's good, but, well, not everything's good. They got it in the system and it's saying, I am part-time for the fall semester and full-time for the spring semester. And it's no, I'm not supposed to be I'm supposed to be graduated by that point. So yeah, we were supposed to call them again today, but totally forgot because life was very hectic today. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. That was that's my financial aid drama. At least it's not as bad as other dramas. It's they just need to fix me and fix my status in the system. But hopefully they can get that done before school because I kind of could use that financial aid check right now, or that loan, because I get out of a loan with my financial aid because usually financial aid is not enough to cover it, but with me being unemployed also, having a little bit of extra spending money is helpful. Well, not spending money, but bill money is helpful. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we really didn't do much this weekend either. Just took it easy because we were just so exhausted. It's the first time we could just relax without we didn't have boys, so it's okay, we can just do our own thing. And Sydney was really well behaved over the weekend, so it made that easier. And she just did her little wander around and come between the two of us and hand toys to him, hand toys to me, just doing all the fun stuff that she does. Although now we think she's cutting more teeth because she's been a moody girl, very moody. So yeah, Sunday we got the boys back, and now we're completely on normal routine again. With the boys are back on completely normal routine. Their mom is done with all of her trips and stuff like that. So, but yeah, when we got the boys back, yeah, this part made me a little upset. But apparently Drake had been taken to urgent care last week, and we weren't informed about it until Sunday, and I don't think it was going to be told until, we didn't think we were going to be told because, the way she was acting and stuff like that, But yeah, so yeah, Drake had these like red bumps, and like the doctor said like it could be one of these three things, but like we don't know all the things that were said that it could be. We just were told like the worst of the worst, which is like scabies, and we're like, what? How would he have gotten that? Like, how is that even like, what? He doesn't touch people. Only people he cuddles with is like us and his mom, like literally. So yeah, that was a whole thing. But like we're after doing some research and looking at the surface and stuff like that, it's like there's no way this is scabies. Like what the heck? And then now we're sitting there like I kind of wish we knew what the other couple of things the urgent care doctor said, because honestly, like right now we're kind of trying to keep distance, so it's like no hugs and like no holding, like both boys, like no hugs, no holding their sister and stuff like that until we know for like until we can see like things are clearing up and stuff. But yeah, it's just been, yeah. But it's like, okay, why didn't you tell us the day that you took him to urgent care? Like I feel like that warranted a text message, and if things were reversed, like things would have been flipped out. Like yeah, she would have been mad at us if we did something similar. So it's like, okay, why don't you ever give us the same courtesies that you expect? But, you know, that's a whole nother situation. So yeah, we've been like, okay, so how do we keep Sydney from, how do we keep distance? Because Sydney's favorite pastime lately has been climbing on Drake's head. I don't know why. She just likes to climb on him for some reason. And he hates it, of course, because he gets really annoyed by it. Yeah, like today, well, no, I'll get there. So yeah, I got the boys back, and so like our bedtime routine's a little messed up because it's like, okay, we're not doing cuddle time. We do showtime downstairs on the couch, so that way like we're together watching a show, but we're not like cuddling and stuff like that. And then get him upstairs, and yeah, it's just really wish I knew what the other things were, because it's like, okay, if we knew that, we would have an idea. Although she did, the boy's mom did ask if like Sydney had thrush at all and stuff like that. And it's like, no, she had like a minor yeast infection, but that was like a year ago. Like that was very early on, and she hasn't had a problem like that since. Actually, honestly, I don't even. Well, it could have been. I guess they never did a swab or anything. They just treated it as yeast and it went away. So, but still. But it's like, okay, stuff that I need to keep away from her. Protect the child. Or protect them all, you know? So yeah, Sunday we got the boys back, and then, it was our unhealthy day, so we had McDonald's like usual for dinner, because it's just easy, because we don't get the boys back until like 6, and there's a McDonald's like right by their mom's house, so it's like, get them, swing by, get dinner, come home. Usually my fiance runs to get them, and I stay home with the baby girl and get her in bed, usually, because we've been trying to keep her up for the night the boys come back, but just lately she has just been such a booger. Like she just, well, like actually yeah, all last week she was getting up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. And so it's like she gets up at 8, and then she doesn't nap throughout the day, like because she likes to skip her naps. And then we get to the evening, and she's a grumpy mess, and I'm a grumpy mess, and it's just like, okay, 6 o'clock, or we're gonna get you in bed at normal time. We're not gonna wait till like almost 7 when the boys get here. So yeah, I got her in bed. The boys got back, and then I was told all that stuff, and I was like, okay. And then of course the rest of my night was like spent researching scabies, because I was like, first off, what is this even? Like, I've heard it before, I just never knew what it was, and then I got wigged out when I was reading the information about it, and then I was just like realizing, like, there's no way he can have this because of the way like they were talking about it. Because it's like, oh, it needs a treatment plan and stuff like that. You need to treat it. If left untreated, they don't go away on their own and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, if the doctor thought it was actually this, then he would have medicine, and he only has it just in case. So yeah. Plus the boy's mom's a little bit of a hypochondriac, so that kind of affects her thinking on things too. So, oh yeah, we forgot my train of thought. So yeah, oh, it's gonna be kind of short. Hopefully I think of something to talk about. Well, I will. Actually, I do have stuff to talk about once I get there. Okay. Like flying through last week really quick because literally did nothing, as I probably said like 5 times. Just really didn't do much. I did finish Mystic Cat for Claws and Paws. I don't know if that was, I can't remember when I finished that. But yeah, I did get that finished, so I'm excited about that. I still need to film my post review on that, but I'm getting myself caught up here on Mars, and then I'll probably do double post review filming and an unboxing. Well, actually I might film the unboxing before that because I got my Lazy River diamond painting, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, Monday rolls around, and actually that's the day I got my Lazy River diamond painting. So yeah, Monday rolls around, it was my day to sleep in, and man, did I sleep in. I think I woke up at 11, I'm not gonna lie. I needed it, because like, what we've been doing, since the weekends are easier for him to sleep in, I've been getting up with her on Saturdays and Sundays, and then I get like a couple days throughout the week to sleep in. So yeah, by the time Monday rolls around, I am like dead to the world. I mean, I do take naps and stuff like that also, but you know, it's sometimes just not enough. And actually, I think there were a couple days I skipped my naps because, well, she's been sleeping in. That's part of it. Yeah, so she's been sleeping in a little bit more lately because I feel like she might have more teeth coming in, or it could just be a growth spurt. It's so hard to tell sometimes because she acts the same for all of it. But yeah, she's been a little grumpy mess lately, so we've been kind of trying to figure it out. Geez. Okay. My phone just exploded. There's a hole in that drill. I don't like it. Get that out. This painting is actually going to be going up in Sydney's room, so I want to make sure it looks good. I mean, of course it looks good, but I don't want holy drills. Okay. Yeah, so I've, by the time Monday rolled around, I was exhausted, and I was so ready to sleep in, so I did. I slept until almost 11, and it felt great, and I was just so thankful that Sydney behaved herself for her dad while I could sleep. Is that all smiley faces? Yes, it is. Oh. Roll away. Yay, almost done with another section. That'll be 2 today because I had a lot of confetti in the hair here. And the 4 there. There's a couple symbols that are slightly similar. Can't tell on the canvas, but when you're looking for it, I get confused easily. Okay. So yeah, slept in on Monday, and then like got up, and then my fiance laid down for his nap because you know it's kind of like what we do. We just kind of trade off. Although, or no, he didn't lay down for a nap. I don't think. Did he? I don't. Yes, he did. Never mind. Sydney did sleep in a little bit more, but she was still up at like 9. Yeah, unfortunately, like with the boys here, she doesn't sleep in nearly as much. Because like when they open their bedroom door, it's extremely loud. Like there's nothing we can do about it. It's just like the humidity and the paint kind of sticks, so it just makes this really loud creak as you open it. So unfortunately, we had to deal with that, or had to deal with her getting up early because of that. Oh, actually, never mind. I scratched that. I think she woke up because she heard my fiance going downstairs to log into work. Because he said there was no kids up when he went down came downstairs yesterday. So yeah, we basically had a quiet day at home yesterday because it was rainy again. Because like that's just on par for the summer. It's just rainy. It's so annoying. At least today was sunny. So yeah, we ended up stuck inside all day. So the boys loved it. They got to just sit around and play video games all day. And then in the afternoon, or in the evening after we put Sydney into bed, we all played Fall Guys together. Because it's 4 players, so the 4 of us can play together perfectly. And actually, I think did we get a win? No, we almost got a win last night. We got a win tonight, I will say that much. But yeah, we were playing, and then of course remembered, like, Fall Guys is doing a crossover event with Final Fantasy, and one of the things that you can get is a chocobo outfit for your little bean, and I was like, oh my god, I need the chocobo. we both were like, yeah, chocobos are needed. So yeah, we're gonna be playing a little bit more while this season is up, just because we want the Final Fantasy stuff. But yeah, we figured, hey, this would be a perfect opportunity to play with the boys some more and stuff like that. And Fall Guys is a game, like, the 4 of us can play together, because, like, I guess technically we could play Fortnite together, but I'm not very good at shooters or battle royales or anything like that, so I don't know how well I do at Fortnite. But at least we have, like, Fall Guys I can do good in, for the most part. Although Drake was crossing the finish line a lot more often than I was tonight. It was pretty funny. So yeah, we were playing that, and yeah, yesterday wasn't nearly as bad as today, I don't think. I mean, we are dealing with the situation, so obviously different households, they're in different households between us and their mom, and so there are different rules, because, like, obviously at their mom's house they don't have a little sister like they do here, and, like, also, like, their mom doesn't really monitor them and stuff, so, like, they're basically, like, whenever they're playing games over there, it's, like, in their bedroom, whereas over here they're, like, literally in the room with us, because, like, we moved all of our, like, all my diamond painting stuff's down in the kitchen, or dining room, but, like, basically we have, like, a very open floor plan here, and so it's, like, I'm literally sitting next to the living room, and I can see, the couch is, like, right there, so it's, like, very open. So, yeah, we, like, literally spend all day in the same room. Got attacked by a bug. Okay. So yeah, they can't really get away with as much over here, because, you know, we're right here with them, and, like, making sure we spend time with them and stuff. So they obviously, like, sometimes I feel like maybe it's just a little bit whiplash between the 2 houses, but it's probably even worse so this time around, because, like, the last couple times that they came back to us, they hadn't spent an entire week with their mom. They had spent most of the week with their grandma, who's a little bit more, like, on par with the rules and stuff like that, like similar rules that we have them follow. Probably even more. But, so yeah, they were better, like, those last couple times, but this week when they came, or this weekend coming back to us, it's just been miserable. Because they're just not listening. It's like, I tell them to do something, and then I just, like, turn my head just slightly, and then they're instantly doing it again. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. We don't do this. So we've been struggling a bit with that. So yeah. Yesterday wasn't nearly as bad as today, thankfully. But yeah, like I said, yesterday we were all cooped up with rain and stuff anyways, so it's like, okay. So today it was my morning to get up. And I was very grumpy about it, because, you know, stayed up too late last night, and I know I do it to myself. Actually, I didn't mean to stay up as late as we did, but I was just at the tail end of my quest line, but little did I know it was, like, 20 minutes of dialogue at the end of my quest line. So I was like, okay, we are just going to, we're just going to power through here. So I came down with Sydney in the morning. I think she was up about the time my fiance gets up for work, so she was up, and then I brought her down. She was good for a little bit, and then, or yeah, she was good while I was, like, getting toast for Drake, because, like, we did an Instacart order last night for some groceries and stuff, and, like, the guy missed, like, all of our produce, like, our chicken, and he missed, like, or no, he didn't miss the cereal. my fiance forgot to order or put Drake cereal on the order. So yeah, we didn't have a cereal, so like we gave him a couple options. Either he could like have some of Alex's cereal, or he could have like toast or something, and he chose toast. And so when I got downstairs, I had to make him toast. And so Sydney was just kind of roaming around while I did that and got him his toast, and then he tried to eat like he ate like one full piece of toast and then like a quarter of another and was trying to say it was full. I'm like, no, you're finishing that. Like, you made me make it, you're finishing it. So then he finished his toast, and the boys went off to playing Fortnite because that's what they do. And then I basically was just, okay, there's a tab on that one. I basically was just like, okay, let's see if I can diamond paint, because some mornings Sydney lets me, some mornings she doesn't, but I was like, okay, with the boys over on the couch, maybe she'll be better, because right now the biggest issue we're running into is that she likes to get up on the couch and then walk across it and then try to walk on the table next to the couch, and it's like, girl, you can't be doing that. And I feel like she does it for attention, just because like if she wanted to walk on the table she would, but she hasn't. She like puts her foot on it and waits for you to notice, and then you come over and then she thinks it's a game, and like she tries to get away from you and stuff like that. And it's like, no, this is not a game, that you're being unsafe, we need to not stand up on the couch. But 1-year-olds don't quite understand that. So I was like, okay, well, maybe with the boys here that won't be as much of a problem. But then she just like, instead she just, like I said, she just loves to step on Drake and sit on him and stuff like that. And so like he would move to like one area of the couch, and then she would like follow him there and sit on him, and then he'd move to the other end, and then he'd get up, and like he was just doing a lot of maneuvers to get away, and like he's got a switch in his hands the whole time, and just like, man, poor kid. It's like, at least your sister likes you. I need one of these. So yeah, and then did our trade-off as usual. So like it was about 11 when I finally went upstairs and got him up and stuff like that, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna lay her down, and then I'm gonna lay down. And then so we laid her down, and then she decided that she was gonna take her morning nap. So it's like, okay, that's expected for one nap usually. So she didn't nap for the first nap, so my fiance took her downstairs so that way I could get my nap in and stuff like that. And so I fell asleep, and like usually like I nap for like 2 hours, but like I kept getting woken up on this one because like she likes to throw her toys on the ground, so like there's loud crashes and stuff, and then I heard her fussing a little bit, and then of course then Shadow got up in my face and started yelling at me too, and I'm like, oh, come on, like I'm trying to nap here. If you want to snuggle with me, just snuggle, you don't have to yell at me. So yeah, but yeah, I did manage to sleep for like majority of the time and stuff like that, and then he came and got me up for lunch, and then yeah, it was just downhill from there. So basically we had lunch and fed Sydney lunch and stuff like that, and since she didn't do her first nap, what we usually do is like once we're done with lunch, then we try to lay her back down again. And so we did lay her back down, and she did fall asleep for like about an hour, and she usually sleeps for 2 hours when she skips a nap. So yeah, she was asleep, and then we were struggling with the boys because they were like yelling while playing Fortnite and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, and like we told them like at least 10 times, like, please keep your volume down, your sister's napping. Like, we don't tell them to be quiet all the time. We just want them to be quiet, or not silent, but don't be like yelling when your sister's napping, so she can actually take a decent nap. Yeah, no, they decided not to listen to us and actually woke her up. And so, yeah, the rest of my evening was a baby screaming in my face because she was upset because she was tired and didn't take a nap. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm so frustrated, I'm overwhelmed. Like, it was just one of those days. Like, just everything happened, everything just felt like it was caving in on me. So I was like, okay, so what we're gonna do here, or actually my fiance's like, well, I'm gonna take the boys outside with me, because we have the neighbor girls that they always play with, and so I texted my neighbor. I'm like, please tell me the girls are gonna be available to play today. We need to get these boys out of the house. And she's like, oh, well, the girls are actually on vacation this week. We're like, oh, are you serious? I was like, okay, well, I guess they're gonna have to go outside and just deal with it, and actually have to play with each other, or play on their own without any others. But yeah, so and then my fiance's like, well, I need to mow the lawn anyway, so I will take them out and they can like bounce around on the trampoline while I mow the lawn and stuff like that. And then of course, like, just issues rolled in after that, because it's like, okay, so he's doing the lawn mowing, so they were kind of like trapped on the trampoline, but you know, this should have been fine for like the short time it takes to mow the lawn. But you know, it's like, oh well, Alex was hitting me, and so it was just like, yeah. They were playing a game where they're like being rough with each other, and it's like, okay, well, why don't you play something else? And then that something else was apparently Alex like smashing Drake into the net of the trampoline, the net on the trampoline with a yoga ball and stuff like that. It's like, okay. And Alex was trying to say like, oh, I was only joking around. It's like, no, you're taking out your frustrations on your brother. Like, no, we know. So yeah, just all around a rough day. So like by the time they came in from outside, like I had my wits end with Sydney, because she just was getting into everything that she wasn't supposed to today, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just wanna relax. I'm tired. So yeah, I ended up playing, like sitting on her playmat with her and building with her Duplos, and then so she could just knock it over. Although I don't think she knocked over she didn't knock over the latest thing I built. But yeah, look at that section's finally finished. This little tiny section took me like majority of the day to finish. That's how rough my day has been. Although I did take another unexpected nap, so so yeah, then like my fiance came back inside after mowing the lawn, and he told me like he had to stop and talk to the boys and stuff like that and everything, and I was just like, oh my gosh, just drama. Just too much drama today. So yeah, we basically was like, okay, I told him I needed another breather. I just wanted to go upstairs for like a few minutes and just chill. And so I did. Or he's like, yeah, it's fine. So I went upstairs and just had some quiet time to myself and just scrolled Instagram and scrolled Facebook and kind of just, you know, zened myself. And I also talked to Sophie a bit too, because like I texted her being like, oh my god, I'm having such a bad mom day. So yeah, I had my zen moment. I felt better after that, and then came back downstairs, and then my fiance was like, well, I want to take a shower. I was like, okay. And I was like, that's fine, or because, you know, obviously he mowed the lawn, so it's like, yeah, I don't blame you for wanting to shower. So he wanted to shower before making dinner. I was like, before you do that, can you get, there's a couple more over there. I was like, can you get her dinner ready so that way I can feed it to her, and then that way by the time you're done with your shower, we can get her in bed. Because it was almost her new bedtime, as I'm going to call it, because every day, or last few days, she's been going to bed at 6. So yeah, so I was like, yeah, I can do that. So he made her dinner, and then I fed it to her, and then got everything ready for bedtime. And then by the time he came out of the shower, I was like walking out of her room after changing her diaper and like getting her in her overnight diaper and stuff. And he's like, oh, ready for bedtime? I'm like, yes, we are. And so I was giving her a bottle as he was like getting himself put together and stuff, and then he laid her down in bed, and then yeah, she fell instantly asleep as expected because girl was tired. But yeah, there was a point earlier, I think it was before he took the boys outside, we were trying to get her to resettle again and just wasn't working, so I brought her in the room with us. Oh yeah, because he was testing the pool, because that's a whole nother thing too. Yeah, he was testing the pool to see if it was swimmable, because like we gotta get these kids out of this house today. Like, it's sunny today, we just need them out, and it's like burning some of this energy off. And yeah, so he went out and tested the pool. Unfortunately, the pool is green. We literally just shocked it last week and it's green again. So we're like, okay, it's too late in the season at this point to even worry about it anymore. So at this point, we're just going to drain the pool and say we're done for the season. We're done. It's cooling off anyways. It was only like 73 today, and it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. So it's like, okay, we're not gonna just dump more chemicals into this pool in hopes to get it working so it can be used one more day or something. Because you know, once the boys are back in school, they're not gonna have time. So yeah, he went out to test the pool, and while he did that, me and Sydney were just like chilling upstairs in our bed. She's so silly. Shadow was under the covers, and so she kept like lifting the covers up and looking at them, and then like I made a tunnel for us, and then I just like pulled the covers up over both of our heads, and then she'd smile, and then she'd push them back, and then I'd put them back again, and just we had a little bit of fun. Like, she was very well behaved for that part. So yeah, that's my struggles in parenthood today. It was just a day. That's basically the best way I can say it. It was a day. But yeah, we basically we told the boys like, okay, oh yeah, and sorry, I'm like forgetting I always do this. I think you guys are used to it by now. We also were dealing with the fact that Alex was tired today because so like they have this little nightlight thing that my mom got for them. It's like a projector and stuff like that, and it shuts off automatically after like 4 hours or something like that. And for some reason, Alex is so sensitive to that stuff. So like it shuts off, and then it's like all hell breaks loose. Like he's suddenly awake. Like he wakes up from a dead of sleep when a nightlight turns off in his room that doesn't really like make that much of a difference. And it's like, okay, so why is this happening? Like, I actually asked him at dinner tonight, like, why do you think like you wait, like, I basically, like, the way I phrase it, I'm like, because at first I told him, I was like, I'm going to ask you something, I want you to actually think about the answer and not just say, I don't know, because that would be the first response out of his mouth otherwise. And I asked him, I'm like, why do you fight sleep so much? Like, because he does, like, he literally, like, concocts plans so that way he can get up in the middle of the night. Like, he chugs a bunch of water at bedtime and all this stuff, and, like, he tries saying, like, well, I get really thirsty, and it's like, okay, well, you also have an entire day where you've been sitting there and you haven't touched the cup once, but suddenly at dinner time you realize you need to drink, and you drink so much water at that point. So it's like, if you're that thirsty, then you should be drinking more water during the day, not right before bedtime and stuff like that. But like, we're trying to like get to the bottom of it, and he was saying like, well, sometimes things creep me out and stuff like that. And I was like, lately they've been playing like these horror games on Fortnite and stuff like that, and he's like, yeah, well, they don't scare me, they're just funny. And it's like, well, yeah, it's funny at the time, but then like later on when you're like laying in a dark room, you're probably thinking about it, and it's probably like affecting your ability to sleep. And so we're like, maybe you should stop doing those horror games. And like, I was telling him, like, I mean, I can't do horror myself. Like, I told him, like, you know, I have nightmares whenever I watch anything horror or anything like that, so I just generally avoid it because I know it's going to keep me up, and I know I need that sleep and stuff like that. And so I kind of just laid that out for him, so hopefully they listen and they stop playing those games, because like they can be spooky. They can be very spooky. But yeah. So yeah, he was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then because he dropped the remote for this night light, because yeah, there's a remote to it. So when it turns off, we put the remote in the top bunk with Alex, since he's the one who wakes up, and that way he doesn't have to get out of bed, and he can just turn it back on, and all is good. But yeah, he apparently last night he dropped the remote, and so that meant he had to get down from his bed, turn on the light in the room, and wake his brother up to get the remote back, because it fell underneath Drake's bed too. And we're like, okay, seriously, if this happens again, do not do this. Like, that just wasn't right. Because, you know, we were walking upstairs to go to bed, and their bedroom lights on. We're like, what? No, this isn't right. You're supposed to be asleep. So yeah, on top of everything else, Alex was grumpy today because he didn't sleep properly. But we were trying to get to the bottom of that and stuff and try to figure out a solution because, yeah, I feel like when you're asleep, something as simple as music turning off or a light turning off should not be waking you up. Like, we have a TV on in our room and it doesn't wake us up when it shuts off or when the show stops playing at night. So, I don't know. Ways of thinking that I will never understand just because my brain does not work like that. Because once I'm asleep, unless a child wakes me up, basically. That's like the one thing that wakes me up at night. Or a cat sometimes. The cats wake me up sometimes and I get very upset. So yeah, basically, so because of everything, including the 2 a.m. wake-up call and waking his brother up, because apparently Drake did tell us that Alex woke him up like 2 other times other than that one occurrence last night too. I was like, okay, well, you need to stop doing this because Drake needs sleep. That kid, if you let him sleep, I'm pretty sure he would sleep until like 10 o'clock, so honestly, I can't wait to get those boys into their own rooms because I feel like it would do Drake a world of good. Okay, I knew there's more yang-yangs. So yeah, that was the drama we dealt with today, and then so because of it all, we're like, okay, so we're skipping showtime tonight because you guys need to go to bed a little bit earlier because you were up way too late last night, and they didn't sleep in that much this morning either. And then Alex was trying to say, like, yeah, I sleep in more at Mom's house. And it's like, yeah, but you also go to sleep a lot later at Mom's house, because she was telling us, like, they were up to, like, 11 o'clock at night over there. It's like, yeah, that's why you're sleeping in longer, because you're staying up way too late. But yeah, basically we're like, okay, let's just try to enjoy sleep this week, because, I mean, we keep telling them, like, you only have a couple weeks left of summer break, so school's going to start here soon, and you're going to be back to early mornings again. So enjoy the ability to sleep in while you have it. So yeah. But the rest of the week should be a little bit easier. Tomorrow, Alex is going to a play date at his friend Devin's house. And then Thursday, both boys are going over to my in-laws for cousin playtime. And then we get a break. So we get a little break there. And then they'll be able to get out and burn some energy and stuff like that. So yeah, and then we also don't have to worry about Alex for dinner tomorrow. And so when my fiance was talking about that, I was like, oh yes, Alex is going to be here for dinner. We can have ice cream for dinner tomorrow. He's like, hey, that's not nice. And then he goes, hey, you're supposed to be on a diet. I'm like, oh, ouch, called out. I was like, rude. So yeah. So no ice cream for dinner tomorrow night because I'm supposed to be on a diet, according to Alex. Maybe tomorrow I'll get Drake to say, like, yeah, we totally had ice cream for dinner. Just to mess with him. Okay, I wasn't worried. I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough to talk about, but here we go. I think I did pretty good, even though most of it was about Monday, or today. Yeah, so, I am currently working on a schedule for my videos and stuff like that. So like I said, I was going to be scheduling my stuff for school and stuff like that. While I'm doing that, I'm also going to be making schedules for my videos. I'm basically thinking that I'm going to have like set days. Like I'm going to continue to try to post on my every other day schedule I am right now. But I'm going to try to choose set days where I have like Mondays will be post reviews, Wednesdays will be WIP and chats, Fridays will be on unboxings, and you know, that kind of thing. So I just need to sit down and actually do it. The sit down and actually do it part is hard. Oh my god, I remember the other thing I wanted to say. See, talking about school, got it. So I got an email from one of my teachers from like another, like I don't have her this semester, but I had her for other, like 2 other semesters. But I got an email from her, and she said like they have a special writer coming to the school this semester for one of the classes and stuff like that. And she was like, and she said like, or she invited me to have lunch with said writer, and I like fangirled so hard when I saw this. Guys, I'm having lunch with the screenwriter of the Land Before Time movies. Like, that is legit something that is happening, and I am so excited. So in October, I will be able to talk about that, because that is happening on October 2nd, and I'm just, like, so excited. Yeah, I never expected, like, this. Like, when I came back to school, it's like, I was not expecting this to happen. So I was like, oh my god. So when she invited me, I'm like, really? Is this real life? Like, I think I literally looked at or no. I did say that to my fiance, but it wasn't in regards to this. It was in regards to some polls on Genshin. But still. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is legit happening. So I gotta think of questions I want to ask him and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a really bad place. Holy crap. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. And I wanted to spaz about it. And also, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about this. Guys, we are up to 300 subs here. I hit it last night, actually. Actually, we're up to 305 now. But so, yeah. And last I checked, we're up to 305. I don't know where we're at right now. But yeah, I'm like really excited. We hit 300. So that means another 200 subs, I will be doing a giveaway. And it looks like Love Potion is winning for the giveaway. I think maybe one person voted for a Little Magic. But it's okay, because then a Little Magic will just go to Twitch to be given away there. But yeah. Oh, Jonesy's playing with her bag of Duplos again. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. So yeah, hit 300. So thank you everybody who joined. Hope you guys enjoy it here. And I promise not all my whip chats are as boring as this one, because I feel like it was a lot of, yeah, I did nothing, and then a lot of complaining about my children. But it's okay. I still love them. Jonesy, leave it. Jonesy. Jones, leave it. Okay, well, I'm gonna wrap this up quick, so. I'm gonna throw something at him. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so, yeah, working on a schedule. Talked about my exciting news and stuff that I'm spazzing about. So yeah, coming up this week, I'm not sure if I'm going to be adhering to a new schedule. I know I want to unbox the Lazy River diamond painting that I just received, because I want to get that up, and like, Steph is still having her sale, guys. Like, she needs to get rid of all of these in-stock kits before she can start pre-orders again. So let's sell her out. So yeah, I plan on doing an unboxing so I can get some attention that way as well, because, you know, not everybody watches these weapon chats, which understandable. That's not for everybody. But I know a lot more people watch the unboxings and stuff, so I will definitely do the unboxing of that, so that way I can get some love thrown her way, some more love thrown her way, I should say. So yeah. But yeah, I received my kit yesterday, and I'm very excited to break into it, because I got a little spoiler look at the ABs, just because apparently there's a problem with them, because these kits some of these kits are first run, so there were some minor issues with them, but Steph sent me everything I needed to be able to get around those very easily. She sent me like spare drills and stuff like that, but my goodness, these ABs though, they're gorgeous. Just saying. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that later this week, and I'm not sure when I'm gonna post on the weekend yet. We shall see. I am going to do a like birthday haul video at some point, because I was sent a couple of things already, and I know one more thing is on the way, so I just want to do a special video thanking the people who sent me stuff for my birthday and everything like that. So yeah, I will be doing that. Also, I'm gonna throw this little plug in here just because I haven't talked about it in a while, but I do have a Patreon, and I'm actually starting to make some changes to it. I'm making a change to like the top tier to see it, like, you know. So yeah, once I get that fully figured out, I will like do a more in-depth conversation on it. Coughed, oh my goodness. That's my fiance. So yeah, I'll do a more in-depth conversation on it, but as of right now, I am actively making changes to it to, I don't know, make it more appealing, I guess? I don't know. Maybe you guys will be interested. But yeah, it is there. I haven't done any posts on it over there just because there's no activity on it, but yeah, making changes. We'll see what happens. So yeah, and yeah, if you haven't joined me on Twitch, be sure to do that. I go live on Thursdays and Saturdays. Yeah, a lot of videos. I don't know how I'm gonna keep up with this during the school semester, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, that should be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this whip and chat. Like I said, I'm sorry it's a little bit more on the boring side, but like I said, I really didn't do much last week, so, and I'm okay with that. I enjoyed relaxing. But yeah, be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, throw me an emoji of ice cream. So I was talking about ice cream a bit. So yeah, throw me an emoji of some ice cream. Let me know how you guys are doing, how your summer's going, all that fun stuff. And if you're not already subscribed and you just listen to me ramble on probably my most boring whip and chat yet, I would recommend hitting that little subscribe button down there because I'm pretty sure you'll like it here. And then hit that little bell to be notified whenever I post new videos. Generally, whip and chats go up on Wednesdays, but as of right now, other things are random, but like I said, working on a schedule. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.